Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
What's going on, family? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz, look, we're diving deep and keeping it real, so please do me a favor. Kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On today's conversation, top aide to Tulsi Gabbard, who is the Secretary of Intelligence. Top aide to Tulsi Gabbard has announced that he is resigning due to the Iranian war, the war in Iran. Also, you hear from some of Trump supporters, some folks who have voted for him, not once, not twice, but three times, sharing their frustration on how he's handling everything and how they're feeling the effects because of high gas prices, and this lady is not happy. I can't wait to share that video with you. Also, going back to the whole if is the Target boycott over? Well, it's not over, right? I shared you the story not too long ago here on the show of President Pastor Jamal Bryant of New Birth, who is one of those that led the public boycott to Target. And he had said, hey, the boycott is over. We made some thrives, still have more work to do, but it is currently over because it was a 40-day fast. Now, I shared my thoughts on it. Really, I was on the side of, I don't know why folks were so frustrated and why it faced backlash, because they're like, wait a minute, we're still gonna not go. And he's like, hey, you have the right to. We had a goal of a 40-day fast that really extended to be a year. Now, they're not telling you to stop going to Target. They're not telling you to stop the boycott. They're just letting you know that, hey, look, the boycott that we in first initiative is over because there's other issues that are going on in this country. And so I just think it was very, it was comical. It was a waste of time while people were going after Pastor Jamal Bryant, former Ohio State Senator Nina Turner, Tamika Mallory. I thought it was silly. And so one of those individuals that have called them out, specifically Jamal Bryant, is a lady by the name of Nakima Levy Armstrong, who is a attorney, civil rights activist. She is a former president of the Minneapolis NAACP chapter. She is one of the individuals that was arrested for protesting at a church, a Minneapolis church, along with journalist Don Lemon, and I'm blanking on the other journalist's name who was also arrested for it. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't know too much of this Nakima, Miss Levy Armstrong. I don't know too much of her, but I'm not a fan of like how she's turning an issue into almost like, don't listen to these folks. Because to me, it's a perfect example of why our culture can never see eye to eye on things, right? One of my biggest goals is that I wish that the Black community can fully agree and stand tall and just come together, and not publicly, if they have a disagreement, have that behind closed doors, but don't publicly do it when cameras and everybody in the platform is. I can't stand it. I'll be honest, I really can't stand that. In addition to speaking on that, former NBA star turned analyst Jalen Rose had some words to say about the NFL and the NBA, saying that he sees residue of slavery in these sports companies, basketball, the NFL, well, I'm gonna play you. I'm gonna play you a clip he had when he was a guest on the Fat Joe and Jadakiss podcast. We're going to talk about it later on in the show. As always, my friends, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. As you know, we are growing each and every day. We drop new episodes on our platforms Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, as well as podcast platforms. So wherever you listen to your podcast, you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. You can also watch us past episodes on the Goatverse TV app, and you can also listen to us on the radio airway. Shout out to our affiliates in New Orleans, WBOK 12:30 a.m. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time. Again, that's only on WBOK 12:30 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about. Then we're going to head over to the Metro Atlanta area to WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. You can chime into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we're going to head over to one of our newest homes, KSHP 1400 AM and 107.1 FM Las Vegas. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show Friday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific. Again, that's only on KSHP 1400 AM and 107.1 FM Las Vegas. We're honored to be a part of these wonderful platforms where that, you know, help us extend our audience. Okay, help us broaden and listen in more, you know, listen in more ears and viewed in a larger audience and platform. So we're very, very, very fortunate. Do me a favor, for those who are watching us right now by way of YouTube, if you have not done so yet, please do me the favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Arrington Gavin Show today. It helps, and give us a thumbs up. It helps with our algorithm. We have a goal to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and we are continuing to slowly but surely climb up. We see improvements each and every day. We see a couple of subscribers here. We see, you know, maybe a few on this day, once on this day. It every day varies. So again, all you have to do is just simply like, subscribe, and share with a friend. I truly appreciate that. All righty. Let me tell y'all something. What a day with the day. I'm trying to, you know, when you realize you're doing so much and it's like, I need a break. I need a day off. But then it's like, okay, in order to have that day off, you have to make sure you get done with all your chores and all the things that you have, basically take care of your fires and in order to have a vacation, or just have a chillax day. I always use that word, chillax, not relax, but chillax. Shout out to the late great Bernie Mac. He used that term a lot on his show. Chillax, because everybody wants to just chill and relax. That's all I want to do. What else is new? Yeah, how's it? I hope everyone's day is going great. I hope y'all having a wonderful evening, not stressing. I know it's troubling times that we're living in right now. I went to go get gas, and I think premium here, at least here in the Commonwealth, premium was like $4.34. I'm like, you got to be, you know what, me. Like, really? So yeah, when I saw, you know, of course, I let my gas tank get to kind of towards. I really don't let it get towards the end. The older I got, the more I don't care if it gets to like that. You know, when I see the number, okay, this is how many miles I have until E. Okay, perfect. But when I was younger, like when I first got my car, man, I did not let that car get to half tank. It got to half. Oh, put money in. Oh, half tank again. Oh, put money in. I always had that anxious feeling, like, oh my gosh, what if I forget to put gas in and then my car break down? I'm in the middle of nowhere. So, let me just keep filling it up. So, but now that I'm older, I don't care. So yeah, gas is expensive. There was something else. Electricity bills are increasing. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, I'm talking huge jumps. Have y'all electricity bill been going up? No, is it just me? Yeah, it's been going up like crazy. Oh, here's what I also want, because remember the last time we spoke, I talked about the gun ban, well, the assault weapons ban in the Commonwealth that has been making headlines, some good, some not good, right? And as of right now, what I just found out, I'll share with you all here. So you got 12, you got 12 bills, you got 12 bills just passed. You got 12 bills that are just passed. You see how busy I am because you hear my phone. People are trying to call me here. And I'm telling you, man, the job it never stops. Uh where was I going with here? Oh, yes. 12 bills Democrats just passed. They introduced 18. Now, this happened in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Now, they've introduced 18 bills in the Virginia General Assembly to restrict gun rights. Um, and 12 of them had already cleared both chambers. Now, let me show you each of them. Now, again, I gave you my stance about what I feel about weapons, but look, there's always going to be, there's a both sides to this, right? I understand where folks are getting frustrated, but also understand those that are on the opposing side. So here's the first one. Senate Bill 27 allows people to sue gun manufacturers if they were injured because the firearms industry didn't impose vague responsible controls on sales. Allows people to sue gun manufacturers if they were. How do you feel about that one? Gun manufacturers liable to uh uh what the person or the handler does. That's almost compared to the whole issue I had when Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg, who was brought to trial because a parent said her a child um and it's a sad story. Or I believe the child committed took her own life because of uh Instagram. She says because of Instagram, and I think it was possibly it was because of cyberbullying. Right? I do not think that is at fault of the person who's behind creating the app. I mean, it's just it doesn't make sense to me. It does not make sense to me at all. Um, you see, there we go. So I won't get won't get any distractions. Um, so I'm not crazy about now if the gun had malfunction while it was being used during attempt of self-defense or at the range, then okay, the person might have a reason to sue the gun manufacturers. But again, I'll read you guys this bill. Allows people to sue gun manufacturers. Let me blow it up a little bit for you, for those who are watching. Allows people to sue gun manufacturers if they were injured because the firearm industry didn't impose vague responsible controls on sales. What is vague responsible controls? Seriously, what is vague responsible controls? I'm just curious. Like, for how long guns have been in existence? This is the first I'm hearing about this. All right, here's the second one. House Bill 901 lets romantic partners, school administrators, and doctors petition a judge to ban people from owning guns based on alcohol use, even without act of violence. I can understand that. Again, I'll read you this. Uh, let's partners, romantic partners, school administrators, and doctors petition a judge to ban people from owning guns based on alcohol use, even without acts of violence. I think that's fair because I remember, I forgot, this was a long time ago, but somebody who was a fan of cannabis, right? And they said, if you are avid, because look, there's no new, it's not new news that people don't, smoke while they're driving and operating a vehicle, right? Now, I've never driven a vehicle under the influence of marijuana. Uh now do I know folks that have done that? Yeah. Maybe they can tolerate, maybe they know how. I don't know, but again, even if without acts of violence, I still cuz see, if you're trying to increase the safety, because there's been stories of folks doing super stuff while under the influence, but I get why folks would be frustrated, because they're like, okay, if there's never been acts of violence, then why ban it? So that was House Bill 901. House Bill 40 bans 3D printing, which is considered ghost guns. However, these have only been responsible for 2 shootings in Virginia in the last 13 years. I know we're all big on statistics now. Only 2 shootings in 13 years is not major at all, but the goal is to prevent shootings in general, right? Now I know my fellow 2A friends are going to be like, nope. Still, that doesn't make any sense, because everybody's going to, talking about data. The data shows this, that, or that. 2 shootings in 13 years, that's not a big deal to make. But at the end of the day, hey, it's all about safety. It's all about safety. We shouldn't even have 1. We shouldn't even have 2, really. House Bill 702 mandates gun buyback programs in every county and city. Taxpayers will end up funding the purchase of cheap homemade firearm fabrics, specifically to sell to the government. Not a fan of that one. Number 5, and I'm not going to read you all. I'm going to stop at 5, and I'll read the other ones another time, because I want to move on to speak on some other stuff. Senate Bill 272 bans firearms in all state buildings. That includes Capitol Square, where 1,000 gun rights activists gathered peacefully just 1 week after the bill's introduction. I still think did they cause any harm? No, they did not. The weaponry that was there, because they were suited like if it was about to be war. They were giving out ammo for AR-15. Like, it's just like 30 rounds or 50 rounds, something like that. It could be a little overkill. I think it goes a little bit overkill, in my opinion. But hey, it's some more. We'll talk about this another time. But I just wanted to share just a few of those bills that were passed. That, again, a lot of gun owners, and look, there's gun owners on both sides. This is really not publicly, it can come across as a left and right issue, but really there's gun owners on both sides of the aisle. Hell, we have liberal elected officials that are 2A advocates. Go figure, right? Let's go ahead and take a commercial break here. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after this.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs. and we're going to bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
6'10", number 1 pick, 16 seasons, College Player of the Year, All-Rookie Standout. Joe Smith built a career on grit, consistency, and showing up.
Greatness isn't just about the game. It's about how you show up every day. Rugged Evolution now offers body care products for every man, because not every man wears a beard, but every man deserves care. Greatness doesn't fade.
It evolves. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Every beard deserves to be legendary, and every man deserves care.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the show. I want to get it started with some sports news here. So, good buddy of mine, actually, Virginia State Senator Aaron Rouse, who is also a former lieutenant governor candidate. He ran in the primary, Democratic primary, that is. He's also a former professional NFL player. And so this was recently shared on our local news out here. ABC affiliate WVEC 13 News Now. The state senator is suing the NFL. And here's let me let you hear a glimpse of this real quick, because it's very short, but it expands on a more broadened conversation here.
Virginia State Senator and former professional football player Aaron Rouse has filed a federal lawsuit against the NFL's disability benefits program. Rouse alleges the plan improperly rejected his application for total and permanent disability benefits, despite medical evidence showing lasting damage. Rouse played in the NFL between 2007 and 2010. He says he suffers from orthopedic, neurological, and cognitive impairments stemming from injuries and multiple concussions that leave him, quote, substantially unable to engage in any occupation or employment for profit.
And here's the sad part with this. So you've heard the years, 3 years in the NFL, but really I'll say almost close to 10 professional, because he played in other leagues. But why isn't it that NFL is avoiding trying to compensate former players who've played in the league? Why are they trying to avoid providing like healthcare? To me, it should already be a instant. Once you sign on the dotted line and you played a full season, or played more than one season, there should be some form of a guarantee that you're going to receive healthcare. Why? Because we're talking about the National Football League, for crying out loud, one of the most high intensity impact sports on the planet. Aaron Rouse was a strong safety. Aaron Rouse was a defensive player, which required him to do what? Lay in the contact. Let me read you this if in context here. Virginia State Senator and former professional football player Aaron Rouse has filed a federal lawsuit accusing the NFL's disability benefits program of wrongly denying him permanent disability benefits tied to injuries from his playing career. The complaint filed recently in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia names the NFL Player Disability and Survivor Benefit Plan as the defendant. Rouse alleges that the plan improperly rejected his application for total and permanent disability benefit despite medical evidence showing lasting physical and neurological damage. Again, he serves on the 22nd district, represents part of Virginia Beach. He played in the NFL from 2007 and between 2007 and 2010. He also claims he suffered from orthopedic, neurological, all right, and cognitive impairment stemming from injuries and multiple concussions sustained while playing professional football. According to the lawsuit, those conditions leave him sustainable, unable to engage in any occupation or employment for the remuneration or profit. According to the lawsuit, Rouse applied for disability benefits in March of 2021 and submitted more than 80 pages of medical records documenting his condition. His claim was initially denied later that year by the plan's Disability Initial Claims Committee and again in November of 2022 by the plan's disability board after administrative appeal. Now the lawsuit argues the board failed to properly consider medical evidence from his treating physicians, including opinions that his impairments and concussions history leave him permanently disabled. Rouse also claims the board has structural conflicts of interest because the disability plan is funded by NFL members club and half of the board's voting members are appointed by representative of those teams. The suit seeks payment of disability benefits, interest, attorney fees, and either a new review of claim or court benefits. So let me kind of backtrack here. So he has a strong case. I think currently the NFL has like between 3 and 6 national cases. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Because that's where I was going back and looking to see exactly. Let's see here. So yeah, 3 to 6 high profile league lawsuits. You got Brian Flores racial discrimination case. You have John Gruden's lawsuit. You have the NFL ticket antitrust lawsuit, appeals and class action pipelines, and then of course various labor, injury, and business lawsuits. If I had to play a little devil's advocate, Senator Rouse states that due to his injuries, it prevents him from basically doing a job where he can receive profit. Now, the only reason I play a little devil's advocate is because he's a sitting senator. He literally just came off of a long campaign running for lieutenant governor. So, is it the fact that he can't do physical, like labor work? I mean, I've seen him personally, big guy, great in shape, very, swagged out, sharp dressed individual. But I don't know, he does a great job. I'm just be honest, he does a great job when he's say on stage speaking or speaking to anything. Like for him to have those issues, it's hard to really tell. But at the end of the day, and that's just playing on devil's advocate, right? Devil's advocate, they're looking at like, well, you only played 3 years, and maybe if you play longer, maybe we could consider. Or is the NFL playing like a good old boy system, meaning that okay, because this guy wasn't I'm gonna say well known, where folks can always well, but hey, you played in the NFL, hey, you're like, is it the favoritism that's being played out? Now, here's my opinion on it. I think it's BS the fact that he's not receiving those benefits. Why? Because look, I've only played football from when I was 7 to my junior year in high school. And let me tell you something right there. Okay. Junior high school, you get injured, right? I've had injuries before, and they weren't good. I've fractured bones in my body. Okay. I've had concussions. I could not imagine playing from 7 throughout high school, throughout college, and then playing professional. That right there is a lot of impact on the body. Now, again, reverse and playing devil's advocate, they could easily say, why are you trying to sue us when you've played in you you played college and you played in other leagues during your professional leagues. Now, his argument can be like, well, look, my final years playing professional football was in the NFL. I played in the NFL, so those final years, you were my last stint is in my career was playing for you guys. And why should I get benefits? I truly think all players in the NFL should receive benefits, because you will see stories where people are, they have long-term effects. Hell, my dad played for a short stint in the league, and he says he feels effects. I've seen the crooked fingers, the not so sharp in the mind, because it's impact. I don't care how concussion proof they make their helmets. It's still a intense, tough sport. So long story short, I truly believe that he's well deserved of his benefits, and he has a strong case, especially 80 pages. Jeez Louise. Come on, NFL. And this kind of leads me to my next story, y'all, because former NBA player, former NBA star, Jalen Rose was on the Fat Joe. I was about to say Joe Rogan podcast. He was on the Fat Joe and Jadakiss podcast, and he was just venting off about the structure of the NBA and the NFL, but mainly the structure of the NBA. This is what he had to say.
The only sports that have salary caps are black led.
Wow.
First off. So that's basketball and football. Mm-hmm. Those are only sports with salary caps. Baseball, golf, NASCAR, tennis, you can keep naming. They do not have a salary. That's the first thing. Mm-hmm. The second thing is they have no after high school restriction. So that's a residue of slavery. Is because we're going to get money off of you for multiple years for free. There's no way around it.
How can we start? So we got to start a union, a coalition.
Yeah, but they got to start. Right. They doing it now. They getting paid now.
No, but he just made it finish.
Yes. And so what happened in the game is it became so obvious because of social media and because of information. It's like, we're making billions of dollars. We got to pay them something. That's how it ended up happening. Right. You can't go straight from the NFL after your sophomore year.
When you had your best year.
Correct. You have to wait 3 years so the system can profit off you. It's the same thing with basketball. Like, NBA players have shown, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, like, that you can come out of high school and be productive in the league. But they still don't allow you to do it so that you can feed the system and they can make money off it. And so I stood on a table about this for a long time, for 30 years. And the greatest trick that the media played on society is that the Fab Five was some dumb Negroes that went to Michigan. Like, that was
on the honor roll. I seen that.
Yeah, that was like the biggest trick. And we didn't have like social media. I couldn't say nothing. I'm like, I'm on the Dean's list. Like, they're treating me like I'm some dummy. And I took that personal. So I'm happy that they're allowed to be paid right now. But if you notice, the NBA still got a salary cap. The NFL still got a salary cap.
I never knew that. So that's how they say you learn something new every day.
I mean, he was spot on throughout that whole entire message. And he's absolutely right. The NBA and the NFL is the only two sports that are still salary cap. The major leagues is not salary cap. I believe soccer is not salary cap. And I meant Major League Baseball is not salary cap. I don't believe the NHL has a salary cap. And I'm just specifically naming, like, American League sports. But yeah, the NBA has the NBA that you play what 82 games every regular season, just 82 games a regular season, plus you have playoffs if you make the playoffs. You're playing multiple games per week. Okay, the NFL, hello, we were just talking about that, how the intensity it is on the body, the fact that you have owners in the owner's box, some of them that are contemplating on if they want to pay this person this money, or then they just trade them and get it. Like, it does kind of, like, I'll be honest, and I try not to overthink this because I happen to be like a consumer of I attend NBA games, I attend football games, I love the sports, right? I'm entertained, but I enjoy watching those sports. But compare stuff to like the scene in Django where Leonardo DiCaprio had and his wealthy fans, their entertainment was watching two black men, big strong buff black men, beat the crap out of each other until one of them just gives up. One of them is knocked out, almost death, and then whoever is the winner got like a 40, a bath, and maybe maybe a surprise miss to their room. I mean, it's really, really, really sad when you do see, like, how many times have the conversation come out, it'll be nice for guys like LeBron James, Steph Curry, create your own franchise, right? Because they have all the money in the world. Trust me, they have. Like, what's preventing them from owning a team? Now, I know they're active players, but I mean, even once they retire, what's stopping them from becoming an owner, a full owner of a squad? Because the only guy that I believe has majority, or if he still does own the Hornets, is MJ. But I don't know if MJ is still the owner. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm not sure if he's still the owner or not over the Charlotte Hornets. He's doing his thing right now in NASCAR, making money. He's just making money everywhere. Everywhere he touches, it turns to gold. But it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate the fact that you're hearing this from a former NBA star, someone who is an analyst, someone who's involved in the league and sees everything firsthand. And he's not the only one. There's tons of other players that have said that. I mean, again, we're bouncing this off of a story of a former NFL star suing the league because he's not receiving the benefits after he put in the years, and he should be awarded really those benefits. Why is he fighting to say I can't receive any benefits from my time playing league? Come on, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Healthcare should be taken care of. There should be stronger benefits for players that have put the years, and it's very sad. But let me go ahead and but what's your thoughts before we end off in this segment? What's your thoughts on those comments from Jalen Rose? Residue of slavery in the NBA. That's what he said. Residue of slavery. What's your thoughts on that? Let us know. You can again leave us a comment in this video, or you can email us by visiting our website, www.theagshow.com. Again, that's www.theagshow.com. Let's go ahead and digress from this, and I want to talk about this boy. Well, actually, I'm already got it up here. I want to talk a little bit real quick about this Target boycott. I've already talked mostly about it, but I guess my frustration real quick is from Miss, what is her name? Nakima Levi Armstrong. Nikema Levi Armstrong, who is a civil rights activist, attorney. She's a civil rights activist, attorney. She was the president of the Minneapolis NAACP chapter for a couple years. She has led a variety of organizations that focus on issues of racial equality and disparity in Minneapolis, St. Paul area. She has she shared a few words in regards to when Pastor Jamal Bryant had said that the Target boycott is over. Here's what she had to say about that.
We are asking people continue to stand with grassroots leadership in the state of Minnesota, where Target is actually headquartered, and not clout chasers, not fake pastors, not fake activists trying to co-opt our work. These people have received awards from the National Association of the NAACP and the Route 100 for our work. So they have no credibility. They don't speak for us. They didn't stand in the gaps for us when George Floyd was killed or when Operation Metro Surge happened. We stood for us and with the community. We speak for us, and we will never sell out our community for crumbs or a seat at Target's corrupt table. So we are asking people, continue to double down and hold Target accountable. The boycott continues. Thank you.
Now I'm gonna tell you why I kind of have some. I feel some type of way about those comments that she just said, because first thing she said was she called Pastor Jamal Bryant specifically because she said fake pastors. So okay, so now she knows ministry more than he does. So she said fake pastors, even though he leads one of the largest churches in Georgia, right? Has been a pastor for a long time now. You don't have to like the way he preaches, but I don't think anybody is qualified to say who is a fake pastor, who's not pastor, or who is a pastor and who's a fake pastor. So she accused him of being a fake pastor. She calls him and and again, I include Nina Turner and Tamika Mallory in that because all three of them work together with this boycott. She calls them clout chasers, right? She's saying they received awards for their work. What awards, right? Are you hating because you want those awards, right? So now we're gonna argue back and forth and say, okay, we started me. So, ma'am, you already are saying that your focus is in Minneapolis because you're strictly a Minneapolis organizer, right? These three individuals happen to have a broader platform. People, they have an audience. People listen to them, and they received awards. Look, I don't know what awards they received, nor do I care. But the fact that you bring it up, it brings a little jealousy, in my opinion, right? And this is what kills me, because you now change the whole focus to they're lying and they're taking advantage of the Black culture and they're reaping all the rewards and stuff. And you taking the whole entire mission on the inequality issue to now making it about you and them. Again, Pastor Jamal Bryant said the boycott is over. There's still work to do. We've made great progress as of right now. The goal was initially a 40-day fast, which it extended to a year. And Nina Turner, as well as Tamika Mallory, has both stated it will continue. You have the right to continue not shopping at Target. No one's telling you to now you can shop at Target. No. What they're saying is that, and Pastor Jamal said it too. He said, look, there's other issues that we need to tackle. We had a goal of doing this. Here's what frustrates me. They started a plan, right? They how can you put it? They poured the seeds. No, I'm how can I say this? They drew attention to the issue. And they say, hey, look, we're started this way. We gave y'all a pathway of this is what it is. They showed exactly how effective It could be when you stop putting money in their pockets. They started it and said, look, it can still continue, but right now our mission was to start it, build the impact of it, bring notoriety, attention to it, and we accomplished what we needed to do. But it's up to you all, the people, to continue the job. So why are they getting criticized by this person who also, again, is the individual who because she was the organizer of protesting inside of a place of worship? I told you how I already feel about that. I don't think Don Lemon and the reporters should have been locked up. Now, protesters, that's different. I'll be honest, because you don't go in a place of worship and protest. You can protest outside the church, but when you go inside, I look at that as a bit disrespectful. I really do. In addition to that, and then she's calling out NAACP. They reap rewards off of our work. Sounds she's look. Here's another quick clip here, because it's long, and I don't want to show you the whole thing. But she had sat down with Roland Martin, founder of the Black Star Network, host of Roland Martin Unfiltered, somebody who I believe is one of the prominent broadcasters and voices, not just in independent media, but specifically, he dedicates his career on focusing on Black issues, right? And so let me share just a little bit. I'm going to share maybe just a few clips of the conversation that they had, and you'll notice that Nakima Armstrong, for one, you can't get a word in because she's continued to talk on top of Roland Martin, which I never thought that would happen, because usually Roland Martin is not the one to let that happen. But let me just play you a little bit of this.
You've been marshaling folks nationwide.
Well, first, I want to say I feel like I just watched a theatrical performance, and I need a palate cleanse after what I just heard, which I do not feel is genuine based upon my own experience in dealing with Jamal Bryant. He knew full well what he was doing when he flew to the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. to call a press conference trying to end the national Target boycott. The amount of upheaval that he has caused is absolutely absurd for us as a community to be dealing with, when we have shown unity and coming together and withholding our dollars from Target Corporation. Remember, a company that's based right here in Minneapolis, and all the harm that Target has done. So I am just...
Have you been marshaling folks? Drops January 24th. January 25th, Nina Turner and her organization calls for Target to put DEI back in place, or they were going to launch their boycott on February 1st. On January 29th, you posted on Instagram about your news conference and launching the boycott on February 1st. And then, of course, you had local folks who were on the ground. You had pastors and churches. And then, of course, you had the contingent here in Washington, D.C. that was protesting every week outside of Target. So it wasn't.
And we are the ones who live in the place where Target is headquartered. Because if any of these people had the power to call and sustain a boycott, then they could have done it in their cities. When you have places like Walmart, Amazon, many other companies that rolled back DEI, and all these people were silent. In our town, when things happen, guess what? We're boots on the ground right away. We don't have to be online calling for a boycott, because
drops January 24th. I understand that. That's
around the country. But don't dilute the leadership of the people on the ground in Minnesota. Because you and I had a conversation about this very thing. And I told you at the time that Jamal, Tamika, and Nina are not credible.
Okay.
That is why I would not join the national coalition that you wanted to form in the middle of all of this.
No, you and I had a conversation. You and I had a conversation.
Well, we had a text or email.
Right. No. No, I'm going to say what it is.
I said to you that they're not credible, and they're not.
No, I'm going to say what it is. Hold on one second. One second. I'm going to hold on 1 second. Nakima.
Stand with this man in Washington trying to call for an end to the boycott. Now they're trying to save face, talking about they're still in it. We don't need you in it. Go find something else to do with your time that doesn't involve confusing Black America at a time like this. How can you stand with this man in Washington then turn around and say, oh, I'm still boycotting. Oh, my organization. No, you made a choice.
I understand that. That's
around the country. But don't dilute the leadership of the people on the ground in Minnesota. Because you and I had a conversation, and I told you why. I said,
I got you.
Work with them, and they don't have integrity, Roland. And as you just saw this week, that is a clear example of them not having integrity.
So I'm asking you this.
Why would Tamika and Nina show up in Washington when this man's agenda was to call for an end to the boycott? Now they're backtracking, claiming the boycott is still on. We don't need this kind of confusion in our community. They can, if they have all this organizing prowess that they claim, then prove it and show us what else you can do. We don't need their help with the Target boycott, obviously. And if the Target boycott wasn't successful, you wouldn't have a divide and conquer strategy where they're sitting here meeting with white leadership from Target, calling for an end to the boycott and nothing to show for our community.
So the question
it's a bunch of garbage.
So I'm gonna go
and
back.
It's not from. Well, the first one is that the most obvious one is that Target reverses its decision to roll back diversity, equity, and inclusion. That should be obvious. The second demand.
So the question is, who is allowed to participate? So if there are other organizations,
everybody else.
No, 1 second. No, 1 second. Hold on. Nakima, 1 second. If there are organizations, if they're out there who want to participate, what is the process to bring them into the fold?
They're more than welcome to participate. The process is to continue getting the word out that the boycott is still going on.
No, here's my here's my point.
Communities. Well, I am an organizer, Roland. You are a media person. Okay, let's understand.
I know that. And so what I'm asking is
how many protests, demonstrations, everything else that I have successfully organized. So as an organizer, understanding decentralized leadership, it's asking people, number one, continue to spread the word in your networks and in your community that the Target boycott is still going on. And as a matter of fact, to double down. Number two, if people want to organize actions within their community.
So the question is, who is allowed to participate?
We'll find ourselves in the exact same situation because the vast majority of the people helping to lead in their cities actually have integrity and are operating with integrity. Did you see any of them calling a press conference in Washington, D.C. trying to end the boycott? No, what you see is collective action. People using social media to get the word out. People holding demonstrations like they've been doing in Washington, D.C. in front of Target to get the word out. People working through their networks, people sending letters to Target, writing op-eds, withholding their spending, finding other places to shop. Even when Reverend Al Sharpton was taking people into Costco as a part of the strategy. That is not the same as what Jamal Bryant, Nina Turner, and Tamika Mallory have done. So please don't try to conflate the two.
No. Actually, I'm not conflating. I'm not
talking about organic organizing, which is what people are doing. And some people have taken meetings with Target. We'll find ourselves in the exact same situation because the vast majority of the people helping to lead in their cities actually have integrity and are letting us watch the theatrical performance.
First of all, Nakima, first of all, this is my show. And I covered that today. No, Nakima, 1 second, Nakima, I played that because it actually happened today. And so that's why I played it. It still is news. Whether you disagree with it or not.
Doesn't matter.
Well, first of all, whether you disagree or not, it's news. So I was going to play it. So it got played. So, okay, well, that's your interpretation. I'm still going to play it for the benefit of the audience. The question is this here.
No. Because I don't want to waste my time listening to that.
Nakima, well, guess what? I played it when I played it because it led into the conversation. Now, it's targeted as a new target as well. Well, I made the decision. Well, guess what? I did it. I played it. Nakima, I already played it. Here's my question.
It was a waste of time.
Well, no, it's a waste. First of all,
that was all that I had, y'all. First and foremost, what is she doing? How does that benefit anything? Seriously, how does that benefit anything? Because it sounds more of a personal ego issue than what Roland's trying to, like, to me, that is a perfect example, in my opinion, why sometimes not we, but it slows us down. It slows our momentum down. Issues like this, egos. Everybody got to be the number one top, person in charge. Everybody got to be that person in charge. Like, it's just, it annoys the crap out of me, because at the end of the day, we talk so much about unity this, unity that, and we can't even get it going within our own culture, within our own community. Everybody's caring about who started this, who started that, who gives a flying you know what. The main thing is that you have a platform, Nakima. Jamal Bryant has a platform. Nina Turner has a platform. Mallory has a platform. I could care less who gets the freaking awards, who gets the freaking exposure, as long as the mission is being done. If the mission is benefiting, if they're seeing benefit, then good. But she is coming. I mean, here's the thing. When you don't allow, and I'm not saying Roland Martin is king or anything, but when Roland got to be like, hey, Nakima, like, it's like, what the hell? It doesn't help the situation whatsoever. Look, I know folks that are still going to be boycotting Target. I think for those who saw how they flipped immediately after, this administration took away DEI initiatives and stuff like that. I mean, look, people are not going to forget the companies that participate in that. So at the end of the day, they can continue boycotting Target. Nina Turner, Tamika Mallory, they all said the boycott continues. There's different levels and different stages of how we got to do things. The boycott is going to continue, but as of right now, there are other issues that we have to focus on too. So that's one issue. You can stop going to Target. You can save your money, go more into Black-owned business. That's okay. But there are broader issues than worrying about who is going to shop at Target. I'm sorry, but that's just the name of the game right there. Yeah, that was a hot ass mess. I don't know about y'all, but that thing made my brain hurt. Made my brain cells hurt, y'all. Did not have enough time to discuss. I got a couple other stories I was going to share, but we are running a bit low on time. So as always, I'm going to take this time to remind you all where you can follow the Arrington Gavin show, where you can tune into and all that great stuff. Of course, one more time, I'll put up the platforms where you can listen to the Arrington Gavin show. Our radio affiliates, KSHP 1400 AM 107.1 FM Las Vegas, and WDJY 99.1 FM out of the Metro Atlanta area, and then also WBOK 1230 AM in New Orleans, Louisiana. New Orleans, baby. And of course, we drop new episodes on our platforms Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. And so that is where you can tune into the Arrington Gavin show. And I hope you continue to follow us on our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Okay. We're continuing to grow on our social media and continue to support. I truly appreciate it, y'all. Until next time, look, stay safe out there. Be blessed. Stay informed. Please stay informed. You got some big midterms happening across this nation, and it's up to you to do your own research and vote the right folks in, because as we all know, elections has consequences. All right, fam. I will talk to y'all on the next go round of the Arrington Gavin show. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.